Hey everybody, Bearded CB82 here today, and today we're coming at you with another Green Bowl Club video. I know, been long awaited, but stay tuned, I got something pretty fun and easy here for you. Alright, so I know it's been a while since I put out a Green Bowl Club video. It's just been busy, been hectic, so trying to get out, do some filming, come up with good ideas for something other than chili, especially it's not quite chili weather yet. And something kind of expedient that you can cook using the Green Bowl Club, or the Stanley Prep and Cook set that is part of being in the Green Bowl Club, that almost anybody can make. It's a good, easy recipe. All you need, a couple packets of ramen noodles. Now, what type of ramen noodles doesn't really matter because we're not going to be using the seasoning packets in these, so you just need the noodles. Gonna have your water for boiling the noodles, and then we've got a special sauce mix. Now, as you can see, there's some peanut butter right there. There's more peanut butter in the sauce, and I'll be giving a nice little slideshow of the ingredients for the sauce, as well as I'll have the entire recipe listed down below in the description box. So if you want to copy, paste, print it off, try it out at home, you can do this on your regular stovetop, out camping. Pretty much you can pre-mix all your wet ingredients, minus the peanut butter if you want, before you head out. Put them in any type of pretty much watertight container that you can easily just pour everything out with, and then when you get to your campsite, break out your ramen noodles. I know some guys like Johnny over at Jeep Things. Yep, talking to you, Johnny. Peanut butter is one of his staples, especially for when he goes camping or bugging out, whatever. So having a little bit of peanut butter with you is kind of what makes this meal nice and hearty. So anyways, we're gonna go ahead, turn the camera around, get to cooking, and show you what we got. Alright, so I've already got the stove going, or stove top, and I've got 32 ounces of water in here. It's a little bit much on the water side, but I wanted to make sure that I had just enough just to bring it to a boil to cook the noodles. Probably would have taken anywhere between 24 to 32 ounces roundabouts for cooking 2 packs of noodles. Like I said, we're not going to be using the seasoning packets, so you can save those to the side, use those later on, maybe make a broth or what have you. You know, while you're camping, use it in another recipe, whatever you want to do. But for today, we don't need any seasoning packets from the noodles, just the noodles themselves. Anyways, I'm not going to bore you to death watching water come to a boil, so we'll see you back when we're getting ready. Alright, so finally got our water to a nice boil here. Set that guy a little warm there off to the side. And this is where we go ahead. Just gonna take these packets out. We're gonna set these to the side. And 2. And, you know, good to save for later on. You can always use them for something else. Especially if you're, you know, out hunting and you want to make squirrel stew. It'll work as a good base for you. Got one of those. Ow. Waste not, want not. Then, oh, bump the heat up just a hair. Open this package up just a hair more. 2. There we go. Toss that to the side. And we'll take our handy dandy fork. Just kind of get those covered in, get all the air bubbles out of them. Alright, gonna let those boil here for about maybe a minute. Check on them, stir them up, and kind of go from there. Alright, been about a minute or so, and I'm gonna check this out. Minute and a half. So I'm gonna go ahead, just stir these up a little bit, make sure they're getting done. Continue to let them do their thing. Alright, so noodles been going for just a few minutes. It's all it takes for ramen, which is one other thing that makes it really nice. Kind of pulled it off to the side here. So we're just gonna go ahead and separate the noodles. We're gonna drain them off, pour them into a bowl, and we'll get right back at you. Alright, so the one really nice thing about this, just gonna drain the water straight off. We don't need the water for when we go to mix the sauce up. Make sure we get all that out. It takes a minute apparently, but that's all right. Got nothing but time. All right, so we got our noodles all drained out. And this is where we just go ahead and we're gonna set this off to the side. One full bowl of noodles, so this will make plenty. All right, here we have that. Now it's on to making the sauce. All right, now we've got our noodles all drained out here. Let's there we go. A little bit of water left in there. This is where we go and we add our sauce. There's the peanut butter I was talking about. Make sure we get all this goodness down into here, and there's some pepper flakes, minced garlic, and yeah, as soon as I get this out here, I'm gonna go ahead and grab the ingredients list, read them off, and then I'll go ahead and I'll follow that. Now this is on low heat, mind you. So, alright. So the thing about the sauce, which is a half a cup of coconut milk, quarter cup of water, tablespoon and a half to 2 tablespoons of maple syrup or honey. There you go, Johnny, there's your honey. 2 tablespoons of soy sauce, quarter cup of peanut butter, which you can always save that to the side and add it whenever you're ready to mix everything together. Half a tablespoon of chili garlic sauce, or you can add like a sweet chili garlic sauce or sriracha sauce, whatever your flavor happens to be. A half teaspoon of grated fresh ginger, or a quarter teaspoon of dried ginger, like the little bitty things that you get at the grocery store in the spice aisle. 1 to 2 cloves of minced garlic, depends on the size of the garlic clove. I only added 1 into this just because I already added the sweet garlic chili sauce. And we're just going to continue to mix this, get the peanut butter all melded in there. Then a half tablespoon of sesame oil. Then at the end of this, if you like, you can add in half a tablespoon or a squirt or a little bit more of lime juice at the end whenever this is ready, to get her all done up and kind of like a final little zing, so to speak, for your sauce. And that's, you just bring a lime out with you or whatever in a baggie and slice her up whenever you're ready, give her a little squirt, and there you go. Now you're going to continue to stir this because you don't want the peanut butter to burn to the bottom of the pan. You want everything to mix together. And then you're going to continue stirring it every so often till the sauce itself begins to thicken up. So, well, while I go ahead and do that, like I said, not going to bore you guys to death. So I'm just going to continue stirring this for a little bit, and I'll bring you guys back in occasionally. Alright, so I did get everything mixed in here really good together. All the ingredients. Oh, and for this one I just used the maple syrup. It's what I had right handy right off the bat, and I had a whole bunch I needed to use up anyways. And then I did bring up the heat just a touch to kind of like a low medium setting. So starting to look good. Smells really good, that's for sure. So I'm gonna go ahead, continue to let this cook up a little bit, stir occasionally, and then as it starts to thicken up, we'll bring you guys back in. Alright, so as you can see, everything's nice and thickened up a little bit. Then as you turn the heat off, at this point, because everything's nice and piping hot, give it a few more stirs, and then that's when we're going to start adding in our noodles. Now this is where it comes a little bit interesting. The stuff ramen noodles does like to set up. Now you don't have to use ramen noodles if you have the packets of rice noodles, the Asian rice noodles or what have you, or spaghetti or whatever else. Those will work just as fine. You know, 6 to 8 ounces for this particular recipe conjuration here. Mix everything together real nice, get her all stirred in, mixed up, and it really starts to give everything a really good heavy coat, and that's what you're looking for. This is what makes this meal nice and hearty. Heck, I'm probably going to have enough left over for lunch tomorrow. Should be real nice. So there you go ahead, get her all mixed up, nice and good. Really starting to get thick, smells really good peanut butter, a little bit of spice. And you can always add a little bit more spice or adjust the recipe to your own flavor. The sesame oil, that is going to be one of those things. It may or may not be something you keep in your kitchen, but you can find it. You know, every grocery store carries it. Walmart, Hy-Vee, Costco. I think you might, if you want to buy a gallon of it. But just your Asian supermarket right down the road might have, well, they should probably have several. This is just a really good, easy recipe, very hearty. I mean, there's probably enough here as if you wanted this as a side, 3 or 4 people. Definitely will feed 2 people, or at least, you know, or one really hungry guy. But very good. Everything's nice, piping hot, all mixed in, really good. And like I said, you know, if you want to use the Asian noodles or whatever else, just 6 to 8 ounces. The ramen noodle packets are 3 ounces a piece, so there's your 6 ounces. Maybe even could have added another half of a packet in, but oh well. You know, this will go plenty a long ways, especially with the sauce mix. So here you go, all mixed together, ready to be served. All right, folks, so there you have it. You know, one really nice way to, you know, make a relatively hearty meal out of not necessarily a whole lot that you can always take with you out to the outdoors and, you know, get yourself a nice little peanutty noodle meal here. You can always also, you can garnish this with some shredded carrots, cilantro, chopped peanuts. Maybe there's a type of meat you want to go ahead throw in here. You know, bacon always goes good with everything. And oh yeah, scallions or onions, slice them up real thin and kind of just serve them along with it, kind of like a nice little garnish. Carrots are something I usually use. I actually got carrots in the fridge, but oh well. Just wanted to do something quick, easy, take it out with you backpacking, hiking, you know, make it at home. Also, on a quick side note, because this is the first time I've tried this with ramen, You might want to have your ramen noodle just a little bit underdone because, well, when you add it into a hot sauce, it's going to cook a little more. So noodles, just a hair mushy, but hey, learn from my mistakes. Either way, it's still pretty good, so I like it. I got my lunch for tomorrow, so gonna finish this bowl off here and probably hang out in the hammock for a little bit, watch some YouTube. Anyways, you guys take care, have fun, and we'll catch you later.